Our students are having a few questions,
Sure.
which they have compiled, they have taken out from their academics time, and they want you to help them out knowing you more, knowing music more, and help them grow as a good student with the passion and love for music. So, students, on behalf of you, I'm asking the questions. So, whosoever have given these questions, you will understand that this is your question. I'm not going to take anybody's name because of the paucity of time. Sir, the first question which goes to you is, why did you pick guitar?
Well, it's the coolest instrument to play because you get a lot of. You feel good. And also, the thing is that I found a guitar lying in my house, which was on top of the cupboard, and I didn't know how to play at all. And it was apparently it belonged to my uncle, and I just started fooling around with it, not really learning anything. Then a couple of friends from school used to play guitar, and that's when I heard the sound of the instrument for a person playing it well, and it just drew me in completely. And actually, that's the story with a lot of guitar players. That instrument just draws you in, and it's very cool to play, and all the girls like you.
Okay, related to the same question, my next question is, students, when did you first play the guitar and where?
First play the guitar was when I started learning guitar. Years ago, so in 1977 or something. I was like 14 years old or something, and I had a guitar teacher. That's when I started learning the guitar, and that would probably be my first step into playing well, I would say.
Don't look so old. Is it, students?
Yes, sir.
That's a compliment from our side, sir. Please take it. How do you compose such interesting lyrics?
Well, actually, the music that we compose is purely because the three of us, the backgrounds we come from. Shankar comes from classical, and he's got a very strong grounding in Indian classical and Indian folk music. Loy is into jazz and is into classical, Western classical. And I'm into rock and blues and stuff like that. So the thing is that when the whole amalgamation happens, and we're very open to each other's ideas, that anybody, whoever's got an idea, Shankar, Loy or I, it's always appreciated. It's never said that, no, let's throw this idea out. We always, so the blend is very good, as a result of which the music turns out that interesting.
What was your dream in your childhood?
To be an Air Force pilot.
How many of you want to be an Air Force pilot? Students? Anyone who wants to be a pilot?
Well, that is quite clear.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Next question to you is, what does music mean to you personally, beyond your professional life?
Well, it's music is like my prayer. It's like my meditation. Everything which I am today is purely because of the music, and of course many other factors. But music has been the focus of my entire life, and a musician's biggest commitment is to his music. So that that is a big, very thing to consider when you're doing it professionally, or even not professionally. If you're passionately into music, it just takes your entire life over. So for me, it means a lot. It means, like I said, for me, every time I practice, it's like I'm praying. Every time I'm performing, it's like I'm meditating. You're lost in the music, and the thing is, there's this whole spiritual level to music, which is something which I very strongly believe in. That when you're playing music, you have a connection with the above, and it's very, very healing to you. I could be in a very bad mood, in a very sad mood. I could just pick up an instrument and be fine in the next 5 minutes. So it makes a big difference.
That's so nice, sir. If you could go back in time and give one message to your younger self, what would it be?
Well, I would tell my younger self that you made the right choice. In taking up music and being music, and being a professional musician. I would say that for sure. I have no regrets for anything that I've done in my life, and everything has worked out exactly the way I thought it would.
Great. Music is a journey, right? As you told that from a childhood you started this. Did you find any difficult part in this?
It's always difficult. Not only then, even now. You get stuck. You're frustrated. And I'm always learning, trying to learn something new every day. Right now I'm concentrating a lot on playing jazz, which I'm very bad at. But it's very frustrating because sometimes when I've called up friends of mine and said I'm selling all my guitars off, I don't want to play anymore. You get frustrated. But that's normal. Unless you have hurdles, you're never going to get forward. Thing is, it's never a straight line. It's always, meandering. But once you get there, the results and the rewards are a lot. So you're always going to face difficulties. At any stage of your career, and not only in music, in any career that you take up.
Students, it's a lesson for all of you that, even for me as well, that life is not so smooth as you see. The glamorous world, the music that you see on the screen doesn't come out so easily, right, sir?
Absolutely.
Life is a journey with lots of hurdles, and we have to overcome to reach to the level or to the destination which we want to. Thank you. Don't you think traditional music is losing its importance in today's world?
Not really, because traditional music exists in every state. I was just thinking about it, that there's so much traditional music in Bihar and UP and this entire area which exists, and it makes its appearances in commercial music, which is a good thing. In terms of Indian classical and all, there is a revival of it with the younger players who are now playing, like Ojas, the tabla player, Kurban Chatterjee, sitar player. They're taking the music out globally again, but maybe slightly altered to appeal to a different kind of audience. And I think it's very important for musicians, students, all alike, to be aware of that music. Not let that music completely go, because it exists and it can only add to your repertoire and your knowledge of music. So you should be listening to it, and it's not going to ever die out, because there's always going to be a lot of people who will follow that that discipline of music. But it also takes a lot in terms of people wanting to promote that, and if they promote it more, it will become more popular. There's so many different kinds of music, especially when you think of folk music. There's bold music, there's more stuff that exists here, there's music from Kashmir, there's music from Punjab, which is not necessarily the commercial music that you listen to, but it makes its appearances in all commercial music. But it would be nice if it was promoted a lot, in a bigger way.
True, sir. Well said. Have you ever thought of learning any other instrument apart from guitar?
Well, I play a little bit of keyboards, and I do programming and that kind of thing, which is very important for my production work and that kind of thing. I've always wanted to sit and learn piano again, and I just never found the time to do it. So I play a little bit, and that gets me through. I can't perform with piano, but I can, produce music that way.
You're not clapping. Let's give a sort of enthusiasm and zip from inside. Right, so you're laughing. Okay, what do you do outside music?
Music. I like a lot of movies. I like to research things. I'm, very into World War II, that kind of thing. I'm very obsessed by extraterrestrial life and aliens and that kind of thing. So I'm constantly looking at videos of UFOs spotted all over the world and that kind of thing. And I like spiritualism. I like to research different religions. I like to, do all that kind of stuff. So there's a pretty fulfilling part of the thing outside of music. But there's always music involved somewhere in that as well.
Students, don't go and give an answer when your parents ask कि पढ़ाई के अलावा क्या करते, तो बोलेंगे कि पढ़ाई करते. अच्छा. He just said UFO and about other things. So next time we'll prepare. 1,000 books.
Easily.
Okay. So sir, we are coming to your own very soon. You are from, from an industry which many of our students or many people all over, they want to be a part of it. Okay. So you must have met legendary actors, musicians, and dancers.
Of course, yeah.
What one thing you find common in them?
Well, all of them have a similar burning passion for the art. And that is the most important thing when you're doing music or any kind of art. It's going to obsess you completely. And if you don't do that, it's not going to take you forward. Because the thing is that, and you have to reinvent yourself all the time. And you have actors like, especially Pankaj, he's from Bihar, right? Pankaj Tripathi, all these guys, they reinvent themselves. Jaideep Alawat, you'll see him in one film as one person, and you'll see him in another film as another person. So it's a matter of educating themselves and reinventing themselves, which they do all the time, which is why they're so good at what they do. In fact, it's the same thing with Shankar Ehsaan Loy. We reinvent ourselves for every movie that we do. Sitare Zameen Par doesn't sound the same as Tare Zameen Par, and it can't. For that reason, Rock On won't sound like Dawn. There's no particular thing that you can say that these guys, you can recognize the music is ours. But it's always different from the others, from whatever we turn out before, and that makes a big difference. So it's a matter of reinventing yourself all the time.
So what I can gather from this question and the answer which sir has given is number one, burning desire, passion, never give up attitude, and be different every day. Right, sir?
Absolutely.
So you have to reinvent. We all have to reinvent ourselves time and again. We cannot be the same XYZ every day. Otherwise, we lose our own existence. That's it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have created magic with so many Bollywood songs. Which one is your favorite?
It's very difficult to say what is our favorite because they all like your babies. You can't like one child and not like your other child. But I would say one song which is really, really special, not only to us, but to I think the entire music listening world, would be Kal Ho Na Ho. I think that is a very special song. It gave people a completely different angle of what we can do. And it won us a national award. And even now, when we perform Kal Ho Na Ho, the result is magical. The effect is magical. It's just, you see everybody just like that. Yeah, that is. In fact, we had gone to Pune. We had booked a hotel, and Yash Johar had come with us, the producer, the director Nikhil Ladwani, and we had set up all the musical instruments in the suite. And Loy had this thing that he wanted to compose a melody which would be the melody of the film. And so he came up with this first part of the melody. And I was walking in the corridor, going to the suite when I heard this playing. And I went and asked Loy, what's that? He said, no, I have this idea for a melody because, because I think the film needs one theme. So I said, play it again. He played, and I came up with the next part. And then Shankar walked in just after me. And he composed the last part of the melody. That whole song was composed in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
One line from that I would
I can sing. Ask him to sing. He can sing.
Savio, please.
I'll find it.
Sure. So, we are talking, you just spoke about Kal Ho Na Ho and you took the name of Shankar and Loy. My next question to you is, how did you, Shankar and Loy came together?
We used to work in different combinations in the studios, Shankar and me, Loy and me, Shankar and all three of us sometimes, not with any fixed plan of forming a team to do movies or anything. Movies was never part of the plan. I got a call from the director Mukul Anand saying that he was making a movie, and so he said, who are the people you work with? I just said, I want to work with Shankar and Loy. He said, whoever you want. We just didn't make anything formal. We composed the first song and they gave us the entire film. The film was called Dust. And the film never got made because he passed away, Mukul Anand. And but that song which released called Sabse Aage Hogi Hindustan, which became a very, very big hit. And that literally put us on the map. From there we started.
So we can start from anywhere. That needs your inner conscious. You should know what your inner conscious is telling you all about. At what age you started your life as a musician?
As a professional musician would have been when I was 22, 23. When I went to America to study music. And then when I came back, I started playing professionally, playing guitar for many other composers. And then got into composing my own stuff, which is like mainly commercial work, advertising, and then Shankar Ehsaan. It's now Shankar Ehsaan Loy has been 30 years now.
In this whole journey, there could be a moment when you felt low, felt demotivated. Who inspired you at that time?
Well, you get you get unmotivated and low all the time. That is the cycle of your, especially as a creative person, it's always up and down. The thing is that it's not that anybody motivates me, it's that you motivate yourself eventually. And the music itself does that. You may be stuck sometimes for days with no progress. So what I do at that time is I walk away from the instrument. I don't play. I don't do, I do other stuff. I mean, I listen to music and that kind of thing, but not play. And then suddenly you pick up your instrument again and you've got a new idea. So there's always that block, which is good. In fact, it's good to get that creative block because once you overcome it, you get better and fresher ideas.
This is your stress buster.
All the time. Sometimes it causes the stress and it busts the stress.
I won't take much time of yours, sir. Two more questions I have. Who is your favorite actor and actress?
That's a tough one. Actually, my favorite actor is a very old-time actor, which I think a lot of them must have heard of, an actor called Balraj Sahni, who was like one of the best actors that Bollywood ever had. And actress, I would say, that's a tough one. I would say Madhubala would be my favorite actress. I don't think it is one of them. Yeah.
I won't say that. I'm just sitting beside him. I know. I can see him. A very young person. He said that he started at 22, 77, 1977, but he doesn't appear like that. So, wish every one of us can be like him. Last question, sir.
You can be like me, just play music. That's all.
I'm a music person, sir. I love music. Every Vinayak and Prasida and other people know about it, sir. Any wish of yours that you feel is not yet completed?
There's a lot of collaborations that one wants to do. We want to do a whole presenting an orchestra playing our themes from all of them. There's a lot of little things that we want to do, but it'll happen slowly, because you can't really push it too much. You have to work within the parameters of what is available. But it'll happen. I mean, there's always little things happening, and each time we do something new, it's a new achievement for us.
Inshallah, we think that it will be completed in a short span of time. Thank you so much, sir, for answering the questions of our students.
Pleasure.
Because of the paucity of time, we will take a break, and students of DS will start moving. Sir, thank you once again. Thank you, sir.